got?
Hi.
Perfect. So, Ariel, how are you today?
Oh, I'm so good. Good to see you.
Same thing here. It's been almost a year now, and yeah. Tell me what's new. What's new since our last chat?
Oh my goodness, so many things. What is new? Just been keeping really busy. I'm doing quite a bit of acting coaching, which we'll delve into. And I'm developing a program, so definitely staying busy. But I'm super excited for summertime. It's like my season. Yeah.
I can understand that. That is so cool. That is amazing. And one of the cool things I love about whenever I can get the chance to speak with people that I've interviewed before is like to see what's new. Like the fact that you are keep doing it. That you keep pursuing the thing that you love the most. That you keep creating your that you are still in the journey. That is super inspiring.
Yeah, I think that's like the best thing that you can do in this crazy industry is just keep moving forward, keep doing things. Otherwise, you feel stuck, right?
I love it. Yes, and for someone, for someone as talented and awesome and badass and super cool as you, tell me, like, what usually sets your whole mind, like your whole creativity, like your whole imagination to create something? Like, what triggers it?
Oh my goodness. I think it's just, I'm sure that you can totally relate to this feeling. It's just kind of like an inner call to constantly be learning, constantly be changing and shifting and evolving. But it's like, it's a thing that I don't really have a word for. It's just kind of inspiration, I guess.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And so let's say that I'm about to start creating something right now. Let's say that I'm gonna call you and say, hey, guess what? I'm just gonna create something here. Now, in your experience, what do you think that are some of the things that I need to consider first?
Oh, very good question. So, yeah, if you're wanting to create, what I've learned is that you need to plan. So
Okay.
I feel like planning is so important, and you might not even ever execute that specific plan you had intended. But because I think that if you're collaborating with people and you're also kind of learning and evolving, the project that you're working on is going to really evolve that plan. But just having, small steps broken down and then taking action, I think is the first thing that you need to do.
Absolutely.
In order to just make it feel doable walking forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does actually.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And what would you say that is one of the reasons why so many people sometimes either they would get desperate or even stuck in this process of creating something?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I get stuck too. Yesterday I was writing something for a program that I'm developing, and I was stuck on like 3 sentences for an hour.
Okay.
Really hard. It was, from a heartfelt place, but I felt really challenged. So I think that creating a plan and also having a boundary around just getting things out and done, like a first draft in a way, and just get it all out on the paper without getting in your own way critical. I listen to a lot of writers, but they say just put your butt to the chair and get your content out, and then deal with the next steps later, but don't get hung up. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can you relate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And it is so interesting because, for example, for on my experience, whenever I get the idea to create something, either when I'm preparing material for a person that I'm gonna interview, like what I have discovered is that if I force myself to do it, I'm not gonna be able to do it. But if I just randomly sit and be like, okay, let's see what happens, I ended up finishing everything that I was planning, and even have like extra time for me to do something else. So it is so interesting that whenever you're whenever you're forcing your imagination, it's just they just don't know, like that. Basically, they're not opening the door for you. Just like super close. And when you less expect it, everything happens. And I think that it's also kind of a lesson with life itself. That if you force something, you might have it, yes, but it's gonna be horrible, and you're not gonna be able to enjoy it. And it's not the same that if you just let yourself go and see what happens. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, and there's so much. I mean, I think perfectionism is kind of ingrained into young age, and then so having that perfectionistic voice that is telling you, what's good or bad can be really a problem. So to kind of cultivate a nicer voice or like an inner coach is at least what I have found is really, really helpful. Otherwise, it's easy to get really stuck.
Yeah. I ended up drowning my critique side, like literally drowning that time, and be like, just stay dead, and don't ever get up. Because I mean, the same thing here. I mean, whenever I'm like editing something, if I let my self critique to appear, I'm not gonna be able to upload it, because I tend to get trying to be as most perfection, to make it look like as perfection, super perfect as possible. And 7 hours later, I'm still at the same point, and I haven't moved anything. You know what I mean? So I ended up discovering that it's just better to yes, I mean, you need to pay close to those pay close attention to those details, but at the same time, I mean, you can't. Well, first of all, I mean, you can't please everyone, and the second thing is that nothing is gonna be always 100% perfect. It's always gonna be something. So if you let those things to just go and focus on on the main core of the thing that you're doing it, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look at nature, for instance, I mean, there's so much beauty in all of nature, and yet it's not perfect, and it's always evolving. So, when you said that you drowned the voice of your inner critic, what do you What do you mean? You mean just having a different voice, or did you do, a ritual around?
No. Meaning that I don't pay attention to it. That I just let myself just doing it, and back when I started, I remember that I was trying to make it as perfect as possible, and I was trying to see so many people who interview who do interviews, and I was taking notes here and there. And the thing is that as I was trying it, it was just not me, it was I was creating this Frankenstein basically, but I was doing it in order to create something perfect. So then later on, I discovered, I mean, in this process as well, which I was okay, you need to find your own style, what makes you, what makes everybody to know Dan, who is Dan? For example, that was a question that I was asking myself continuously in order to kind of pitch the idea here and there. And once I kind of make it happen, I was okay, then I'm good to go now. Then it's just time to let myself go and to see where it takes. Because I mean, I have seen it with friends of mine sometimes, that they want to create something that much perfect that it take years, and then at some point during that transition, they just get bored and they don't like it anymore, and you never saw or heard whatever they were doing, because of that inner critique side that you have in the back telling you, it's not good enough, or I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It is a really important conversation, because I feel like this affects so many people, and I'm absolutely guilty. I have a couple different scripts that I've just been sitting on and waiting for the perfect idea, but in reality, it's remaining open and curious to that exploration and kind of meeting your creativity will take you far. And then just remembering that nothing is perfect, and by making mistakes, that's how you learn, and that's how you learn your own unique signature, your own or you learn about yourself and what's important to you. So, but it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not. It's part of the journey. When I finished the year, I mean 1 year now with Chat with Dan, I ended up having 326 episodes. So even though that when I say the numbers, people say that's a lot, and yeah, it is a lot. But to be honest, I wanted to make it into a 600 or a 700. And what
Mm.
ended up happening is that I think that between, yeah, I think at the beginning of this year until March, I think I didn't have much because, to be honest, I was kind of desperate, kind of like put it like perfection everything, like to make sure that everything was perfect, and that cost me like a lot of time. And then when I realized all the things that I just said, I was like, okay, screw it, I'm just gonna keep doing the way that I do and see what happens. And unfortunately, I ended up. I mean, I'm I'm honest. I really wanted to finish around like 600 or like something amazing, and which 300 it was really cool and I loved it. But as I said, I mean it is like that lesson taught. I mean that taught me that if you let yourself to think about so much about the same thing over and over and over and over and over, as we were saying, I mean you're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna stuck there, and you just wasted like 4 or 5 hours for technically nothing. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Well, I think it's amazing that you are constant. I mean, 300 episodes in a year. That's unreal, and you're constantly there, and you're constantly doing things. And yeah, I'm sure that you are doing, making mistakes, or I don't even want to label them mistakes. But you're learning very, very quickly. You're getting like a PhD.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
chat.
I'm working on it, but that is like one of the cool things here. I mean, as we were just mentioning, I mean, the fact that yeah, every now and then I had some bloopers, let's say bloopers. But I understand now that I needed those, so then I can change things, make put this thing instead of this thing, and kind of starting to like create like your own journey, which I think that is also resembles with life. That if you just let yourself go and you just live, basically. The other day I was checking this article in which they were saying that like I think it was the World Health Organization, like some like world organization made like these studies that apparently 85% of the whole people of the world hate their jobs. 85%. And like due to that, like if let's say that you were like on your mid-20s, right, and then you were working in this place, and you're just basically living for the weekend, which is we all been there, that we are waiting for the weekend so much. So they were like having like this statistic saying that if you are just living for the weekend, it's like you're gonna have 11 years left of your life, and
Right.
all of the rest you just wasted it on something that you didn't want. So that basically hit my head, and also I was thinking about that. It's true, like we sometimes tend to wait so long for the weekend, then the weekend goes like this, and then you need to be back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you end up hating it. So I've been having like this idea, like why not just do something that you love, and of course it's gonna be challenging and it's gonna be hard, and you don't need to let everything go for you to start your journey. I mean, you can't let yourself go a little bit, or find a temporary job, and then on your free time keep working on the thing that you love the most. Because I think that idea also can get mistaken, right? Whenever they say do the thing that you love the most, some people might think, oh, so then I'm gonna quit everything and I'm just gonna throw everything for the window and start my journey. And I would say, no. You just put yourself where you want to be, and not just live for the weekend. You know what I mean? Just make sure that you enjoy everything of it, and make sure that the time you have left, that you are using it or something that can really on something that you love, regardless if it is walking with your dog, or write a novel, or create a song, or like whatever. But make sure that is something that you love. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it just creates for a longer, healthier, more fulfilled life.
Yeah.
It's really sad that people waste their time in jobs that they don't necessarily love, and then they feel trapped that they can't make time to do whatever makes their heart.
Yeah, it is though. And I mean, I would hope that more people just kind of wake up a bit, and more people realize that life is too short.
Yeah.
That one day you're gonna get old. One day you're gonna be feeling miserable because you didn't spend time on the thing that you never tried, because you were either too afraid, or because or because you thought that you were not good enough. Which something that I also have discovered is that you are never gonna be prepared for something. I mean, you can learn some theory here and there, yes, but you're never gonna be like 100% ready for something. You always need to start at a 40 or 50% or even 10%. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, everybody starts somewhere, and that's how you get good, just through practice, right?
Yeah. and like that is like one of the cool things that I love about actors, actresses, models, screenwriters, photographers, musicians. The fact that you guys took a bet, that you basically got out of this typical suicide routine, which is basically like a walk through your like you're dead in a faster way. So the fact that you guys got out of it and you started your own thing, I mean, and I'm sure that along the way there were a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but you still make it happen, and you are where you are right now. You have accomplished so many cool things here and there, and that is inspiring. But also at the same time, I mean, we should, and that's my dog about to barking.
Yeah.
The neighbor is walking with a dog, so Brian gets so give me a second. He's about to get quiet. In about. There you go.
And now my.
Oh wait, one more.
Growling.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So what I was saying is that the fact that you are showing us that dreams can come true. I mean, that is super inspiring, and we should see all of you guys as role models, because you are basically teaching us a lesson that you can that it is okay if you want to try something different, and it is okay because you can actually make it happen. But of course, there is a lot of hard work, and I think that is also why maybe some people would get kind of a little bit scared, because whatever you find like a typical job, you don't have to do anything, just work and that's it. You get paid, problem solved. But when you start like your own thing, you need to search for that money. You need to search for a lot of stuff. You need to be constantly on the hustle, checking, moving, waking up early for like checking this, and you don't have like a stable salary. Like a salary that you'd be like, it's okay, I'm gonna get paid in 2 days. So that is, I think, one of the things that maybe some people are a little bit like scared of it.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of I've had a lot of uncomfortable moments in just being in this industry, but it builds resilience, and like you said, it just makes you more resourceful. But I think that discomfort also facilitates a lot of growth, because you have to grow in order to survive. Otherwise, you'll be a very sad person. And
so I can totally agree on that.
Yeah.
And like from all of the amazing badass things that you have accomplished, which, by the way, I'm so in love with your career here. Tell me, like, what has been some of your favorite moments? Like some of the highlight things that you can remember. Like this one was a cool one. This one was also a cool one. Like,
oh man, I had I will never forget the experience. I was laid off from. I was working a 9 to 5, and they. I was panicked a little bit about what I would be doing. Now no. Hey, right, now she's going. Come here, bud. She has a cough, so she's like a little bit testy as well. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
We're all at home. So what happened was, yes, it was a surprise. The opportunity shifted, and I didn't know what I was going to be doing. I had a psychic reading. This is a really random one. I just felt very lost and felt like guidance, and a friend of mine recommended that I see this psychic, and the psychic told me that I was going to be doing a shoot somewhere in a tropical destination, and he described all of these shots of me in a bathing suit. I was like, I'm not that kind of actress, but okay. He like joked, he was like, watch, and I was like, no, definitely not me. And then I remember it was like a few days later, I opened up my email, and in the email was a message from a couple years before, I think, and asking my availability to go on a shoot to Nicaragua, and asking if my passport was valid, and, pitch the dates and stuff like that. And it was going to be it was for a Martin Garrix music video. Kind of talked about it before because it was just so much fun. And then before I knew it, I was flying to Nicaragua and 11 days shooting there, and it was just it was so beautiful and the most fun adventure shoot I've ever had. And to this day, I just don't even understand how that happened with the psychic. I was very skeptical. I was like, I don't know. It happened, and he described the shot, and I was in a bathing suit, but it was very modest, and it wasn't Baywatch.
Yeah. So you were in a Martin Garrix music video. You didn't tell me that like the first time.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I think they were exploring different kinds of videos, and so they did a short film. I think it was like a 12-minute short film that was also a music video about this woman going through a divorce, supposed to find herself in Nicaragua, but she's all by herself, quite afraid, and then she slowly kind of starts to. It was kind of like Pray Love, but a little bit more like edgy in a way, because it's Martin Garrix. But yeah, she finds herself and meets a handsome guy, and she's like, go, and then she decides to keep traveling and not go with the handsome guy. So it was really, really.
I found it.
You found it?
Yeah, I even found it behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it was so much fun, and then all the Martin Garrix fans were so supportive, so sweet, and I got an opportunity to act in something I never thought I would be in a Martin Garrix video like that. I mean, Martin Garrix, I feel like at the time was, I don't know, 19. Like, why would I was in my 30s? Like, why me? But it made sense, and I think it really resonated with a lot of people. Just the story, like, your life is in shambles, and then finding your way through it was kind of
so cool. I love it. That is amazing. I didn't know that. Okay, I'm definitely gonna watch the behind the scenes when we're done. So
yeah, please do.
Love it. Okay, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And, like, so before I ask you this question, so check this out. I got a couple of new ones here. So let's say that you're about to create a film, right? On this film, it's basically gonna be all of the characters you have played since day one until right now. So it's all of those characters and you to celebrate your birthday. Tell me, what would be the name of that film?
To celebrate my birthday, I'm just thinking of like that character, that like 30-year-old woman paired with like the deep witch that I played. It would be called like something like the odd party, or like a mismatch. I played also again like a vampire, or like a lot of demon witches, all that. So I think it would be very interesting. Like the odd table. I don't know. What do you think?
I love it.
Call it.
No, I mean, for me to pick up a name,
you have to see it.
I don't know. Well, first, let me just get the guy out of the take. There you go. Okay. I don't know. I mean, if you ask me like how I would name that film, I will go for something like, for example, how many characters you have played? Like, 40, 50?
Yeah, up there probably, like maybe, yeah.
Around the number. So then I would say, okay, so it would be 50 reasons. So it would be 50 reasons of, I don't know, 50 reasons of how. I got the idea. 50 reasons of how. I mean, you can complete it with so many things. For example, 50 reasons of of how to rock a birthday, 50 reasons of how not to do a birthday.
Yeah.
50, like 50 reasons to get, like 50 reasons why everything will get under, like, on the loose. You know what I mean? Like something like that. And I get the feeling that it will be kind of a drama. Comedy, a little bit drama here and there, and perhaps horror at some point. I don't know.
I'm thinking like 50 ways you can be unhinged, or like
There you go.
50 crazy ladies. I don't know.
Now, if you had to choose one of your characters to go out for a couple of drinks, which one would you take with you?
I always really loved Piper. It was in this film called Concrete Blondes. She was very funny. She was very stoned.
Yeah.
And not on this planet at all, but I feel like she would have a lot of really stories and a lot of really weird things to say. So I feel like it would just be endless entertainment.
Okay. What about if you have to choose one of your roommates? I mean, one of your characters to be your roommate?
Definitely not the demon witch. She's terrifying.
Yeah.
I think probably Piper. This one's hugs. They're so funny, dogs. Yeah, probably Piper. She thinks it would again just be every day something crazy she would do or say, and it would be a lot of laughter and silliness.
There you go. Now, what motivates you? We all have these days. You're right. This either it could take days, weeks, or even months that we are second thoughts, like having like, should I continue, or maybe I should stop, or like even though like the things that you have accomplished, when you feel like that, they feel like you haven't done anything, right? So
Totally.
I mean, getting inside into all of this thoughts, into this toxic bubble, it's always way too easy, which I hate, by the way. What puts your feet back on this journey that you are basically making happen? Like, what motivates you back to be like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna continue?
I think again, it's that inner call that kind of propelling you forward. And then I have had periods, especially with acting, where I've had periods where I'm like, I need a break. This is getting too intense. I need to focus on something that's a little bit more stable. And I think for every artist, it's time away. But then I'll watch something that is so inspiring. Like, there's so many incredible shows, right? It's unbelievable, full of acting and storytelling and just the caliber of the filmmaking that they're doing, even in shows. It's just like, I want that. Like, this excites me. And so it's just that. It's like that childhood sparkle of like, this is what I love. And I'll find myself, back at certainly taking breaks along the way. Taking care of myself has been key.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It actually does. It does. I love it. And I mean, what can I say? I mean, as I was saying, like the first time we chatted, I mean, your career is so cool. I mean, now that you have been also in Martin Garrix's music video, that's also cool. I mean, as I said before, you're a total badass, and we all know that. I mean, it's obvious, right? Okay. And yeah, I just can't wait. I just can't wait the fact that you are that for you to keep doing things. As I said, I mean, it is really inspiring, and I do think, especially right now with this, craziness around us, the fact that we can rely on people like you who are showing us that you can make your dreams come true, and it is okay to fail at some point, and it is okay for you to feel that maybe you're not worth it, like something like that. Like I do understand. I mean, that it's normal, and and the fact that you are basically showing us that it is possible. I mean, that's super inspiring and amazing, and everybody and more people should see you guys, all talented people, see you more as a role model because you're making it happen. You are took a risk and you are betting 100% to it, and here you are. I mean,
Aw, thank you. I think it also not. There's a lot of misconceptions around the film industry or the entertainment industry where, yes, there is reality where it's like, you know, there's a market for younger actors and whatnot, but it's like it doesn't have to have that urgency. It's not going to go anywhere. The thing I love about acting and storytelling is like, you know, the more richer life experience that you have, the more you have to bring to a character. Why not? Don't freak out and you know, get hard on yourself because you haven't made it, you know, by the time you're, I don't know, like 30 or even 40. Like, it's just going to continue to evolve and continue to be able to bring that richness that you're cultivating into your roles. There's never an end date. There's always a role. I just wanted to say that. Yeah, when I was 20, I thought I was too old, and that's not the case.
Yeah, and you know, I have interviewed people here and there when they're like on their mid-50s and they are recently starting something, or they started like in around their 40s, and right now they're having now a career. You know, they're having like a lot of things happening here and there, and it is so amazing because also that is showing us that age it's just a number. I mean, of course, that if you're 50 and you want to be a professional athlete, I mean, come on, but you know my point, right? That if you want to create basically like your own thing, you can be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and you can still have will have the energy. I mean, if you have the energy to it and you have the passion to it, I would say that age, it doesn't matter, you know.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Or there are athletic teams for you know, older people as well. So there's always an opportunity, and especially if you're creative, then it's all in your hands, which is so empowering.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I mean, what can I say here? I mean, you are definitely a role model, and please keep doing what you do because it is amazing. Like, whenever you have second thoughts, go back to this chat and be like, okay, I know how. Because as I said before, you are definitely showing us. I mean, not you and all of the acting, music, modeling community, like all of you guys are showing us that if you want to do it, just go ahead and do it. Basically, I mean, don't waste time on something that you don't like because life is too short. And why spend time on something that you hate? That at some point it's just gonna burn you from the inside, and it's basically kind of like a parasite. You know, like if you let yourself, if you let hate and anger to yourself, at some point it's like a parasite, and it only gets worse. So the fact that we have you as a role model and as an inspiration, I mean, what else do we need? You know what I mean? So keep doing what you do, keep being this amazing talent, super person you always are. And also want to thank those who are watching this right now. Thank you so much. Or if you're watching this later, either here on Instagram or later on YouTube, or if you're listening, or if you're on the way to work or walking with a dog, if you're listening to this episode, be sure to go follow Ariel. I mean, let's make her viral. #Team Ariel because she's awesome. She's badass. And before I send you off, you know what is coming. I mean, it's like the signature now, so I need to show it to you again. So. I promise that at some point we're gonna have an episode on Staples Center, but I'm still working on it.
Yeah, I love that, Dan. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Again, thank you so much for you as well. Keep having an amazing evening, an amazing rest of the week, an amazing upcoming weekend, an amazing week, and nothing but amazing things because you deserve all the epicness and great vibes because you are showing everybody that here you are. Dreams can come true. And I love that.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for on again. It's really good to connect with you, and you are inspiring just by continuing to show up and introduce people to artists and different talent out there. It's very inspiring. So
thank you. Be prepared for the new things that are coming that I'm gonna tell you in a bit later. But in the meantime, Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Okay, see you.
Bye.